Welcome, Scorpio. The moon is in Scorpio now, right? We have clearly started the month now. The sun is in Virgo. So we are going a little bit more again to become introverted. Also, Mercury, the planet of communication, is moving in to its own planet or its own constellation, which is Virgo. So we will start noticing a shift in our awareness, right? So this Leo outgoing lion breath, right, that we have looked at in the last month. I'm just going to show it to you in the yoga pose, how it looks like, so that you get a feeling for that. I've been showing all the cards. Where is Leo? Leo, where are you? Leo is hiding. Leo is hiding. Maybe he's here. I've been painting and creating these cards, but for some reason Leo is not here. Where is Leo? Anyway, never give up. Always look, right? This external exhale, this taking down the stars and making something happen here. It's always this infinite loop of creation, going to the nothingness, going into the womb, going into the seed, and bringing the seed down and making something grow. Now, for you, it's usually the death card, right? And I really feel that you are, for the death card, the Scorpio. This pose, right? You are hanging upside down. You are inverted, the hanged man. And of course, the hanged man is the preparation for the death card. The hanged man is coming first, and then comes the death card. And the hanged man is already starting to consciously hang himself upside down to let go of its personality. It's not a death, it's a death of personality. And then here, the final message of that I have let go, right? Let go of something within me that wants to be right, or wants others to be wrong, or wants to only show one side of the picture, and doesn't realize that there's always two sides of the pictures. Why do we have two arms, two eyes, two legs, two nostrils? And then still we have one mouth, but we have a lower part and an upper part. We have two ears, but we have one heart, right? There is deep symbolism happening with these cards. And here this position, right, is not that he's the hanged man just because he got hung up by others. He put himself there, right? And you can see it's not just a normal tree. It's like here, he's really clearly in this cross kind of, but first of all, his legs are placed in a way that it creates a cross. Then his two elbows with his head create a downward pointing triangle. And that downward pointing triangle is saying, yes, the Trinity, the last three, but it's actually on top, right, of the tree of life, which is Keter, Chokmah, and Bina. These are the three last stages of enlightenment. The logos and the intuition, the man and the woman, and then God, or that oneness, right? Always duality can lead to singularity. And the singularity can always split itself into whatever it wants. But when we are split, it's so much more difficult to come into a oneness. So we have opinions, right? I like, I don't like. I want, right? I don't want that. Instead of just seeing that the duality of this earthly plane is needed, right? Otherwise this body wouldn't function. We do inhale and exhale, right? We bring down the stars so we can create something down here. But we have to always remember we have to let go to go back up. And that's a mystical perspective of seeing that, right? Letting go. And then you prepared to go. And you can see here in the death card, which is then really your the Scorpio, is it comes to all. It comes to a child. It comes to a king. It comes even to a priest. And when you look at it very closely, you can see that he is already lying dead. He's almost knowing, he's greeting death. He's consciously greeting this letting go of the ego, letting go of that personality consciousness. And then the child is playing, right? And there is a woman also there. She's almost like she's looking away. She doesn't really want to accept yet, right? So it's just the vanity. And the king lies here on the floor, and he's definitely dead, right? His crown here on the side lying, right? So it comes to all of us, and some are prepared, some are not prepared, some don't want, but then it surprises them. Now here we see again the two towers back here, the same two towers that we have in the moon card. In the moon card here, where we step out of the lake of subconsciousness and evolve, right? The wolf and the dog evolving, and then going even further beyond these two towers and moving up, right? There is this path going up the mountain, beyond this dimension where everything is solid, knocking on wood, right? Everything is difficult for us to see that we can transcend that. So here we did transcend, and it's not the sun setting, it's the sun rising, meaning even these cards say there is a next day, there is another life, there is a cycle. Now of the and that's why in a way I like to create the Scorpio pose. It's a very difficult pose to attain, to achieve. It's you really have to be focused to come into this pose, because I come from it from a headstand. And it takes tremendous of inner core strength to transition into this, right? Because it's almost like at any moment you can be dead, right? At any moment when you come from this pose, you can die, because you allow now the feet to take over your head, over your thinking. Right, so for me, this is Scorpio. It's like combining these two cards into this one. Then from the court cards, again, you're the King of Cups. And this is a different water than the other two water signs, right? You are in the ocean, deep within the ocean. You are here on this platform and you dive deep, right? Your connection is your sexual organs also. It's like you really love to know what is possible, right? And the la petite mort, right? The little death, again, the death card, the orgasm, this this moment of I let go of my head and I let take over my nervous system, and I'm exploding into an orgasmic state. Yeah, a lot of symbolisms happening, right? That help us to transcend, that help us to see, that help us to become aware. Good. So I'm just gonna close the window. It's a little windy and it's kind of blowing always the things that I have lying here on my desk around. Good. So from the deck itself, we have immediately from the deck, right, the Temperance. And Temperance, again, is Sagittarius. And it lets me know, because right underneath is the Ten of Swords. And the Ten of Swords is clearly letting go of that excessive thinking, and it feels you lifting yourself up. It feels you coming finally into that stage of letting go this excessive thinking, becoming aware that you can master that difficulty between the two dualities, coming into the center, uplifting. I feel that you really were going through a difficult stage of letting really go. And then I noticed that when I lifted the deck, I left a card, and I saw that underneath, right, because when I lifted the whole deck, there was a card staying, and I saw the card. And so here it's the Empress, Binah, part of this triangle. One of the elbows, right? So this is the God consciousness, and then one is Chokmah and one is Binah. And for me, Binah is on the left side, right? On the feminine side. And Chokmah is on the right side, on the right pillar, right? So also when we see a pillar, or when we see these pillars, right? Like here, it again comes to the duality, and we want to come into the center. A lot of mysticism happening in these cards, right? That explain how this world is actually functioning, humanizing these cards so that we actually associate with it what's really happening beyond this dimension. And the Empress, right? That's Binah. She is understanding. She is intelligence. And she's fertile. She is fertile with the earth. And she is connected to the ocean and to the moon. And it's all showing up here. So then your first row, very beautiful, immediately starts with the Magician, the Moon, and the Queen of Swords. Here, a Libra, right? Look in the description box below. Maybe you have a friend that's here for you with this kind of quality, or you reaching that quality because you start to truly manifest and heal deep within you this subconscious, right? This, what I just said, when we look at the Moon card, at these two pillars again, at the right side of the Tree of Life or the left side of the Tree of Life, at one side and the other, at the right and left, masculine and feminine, right? So we have the black and the white dog, but you go deep down, you dive, right? You dive into the subconscious, but at the same time, something is rising. The moon is rising and it's showing the light, but needs the sun. And he is here to reach for you, right? Here you are part of all four elements. And yes, sometimes he seems somber, right? A little dark. And here it's dark. You dive down, you're falling down, right? And it's almost, the dress becomes like a fish. So you manifesting to dive deep down and to explore your subconscious and your rising mentally, because remember, you had underneath here the 10 of Swords. And you really starting to become aware that you don't want to be, because 10 of Swords is different than 10 of Pentacles. 10 of Pentacles is positive, or 10 of Cups is positive, but 10 of Swords and 10 of Wands is not positive. The less you do, the less you think, the better. And she is clearly up there and has just one bird, one thought, one clear intention that she's moving on towards. Then your middle line, your central, this is your central card, the 10 of Cups, another 10 coming here to you. And the 10s are connected to the Wheel of Fortune, but also to the Magician, right? Because it's a new one that's starting. And again, it's a new consciousness. It's a new awareness. So here you are holding on dearly to the financial situation because you don't want to lose that, right? You reaching deep into your, you want to be stable. You want to be strong. You want to hold the things together. 4 is the law and order. 4 is the square. And 4 is connected to the Emperor. And then the 10 here, right? The 10, either the Wheel of Fortune or the Magician again in a higher consciousness. Because the Magician is not really physically here. It's a state of being. Right? Because he's the next one after the Fool. It's almost like the Fool is just this sea of option, this infinite awareness. And for me, the Magician is kind of the atom of all possibilities, right? Between the 4 elements and the light and the dark. And I can go these paths, right? Still working on it. And at the same time, you're stable. You're holding on a little too much. Right? Let go also. Like, don't be too much in this holding on, because then you have here a beautiful moment with your family. But then again, you start thinking about what is your next option, or you're thinking about what else you can do because you really like to be engaging your thoughts. And it's to enjoy, like you hear the children laughing. They're in the moment. They're not thinking, oh, I want this and I want that, right? They do, oh, I want this toy, I want that toy, I want to play. But here, sometimes we get lost and we think, right, all these options, like, oh, which one should I take? There are fantasies sometimes, and there are illusions, and shiny things give us the illusion that we can have more of this emotional fulfillment, but you already have it. So don't search for more, because just feel how happy you are in a way. Don't start picking for other things. And then came out this card. And here you clearly in this one thought, in this one consciousness. You have transcended, right? The 10. You really have worked yourself through it. You did the work. You dived deep down. You manifested. You understood. There's a lot of major arcana here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 major arcanas. An ace. Ace of thought, right? So which is connected to the magician. You did work on becoming clear, becoming focused. Focusing on what? This is next. The 3 of Wands. Going and taking those waves, riding those waves, playing with the ocean, playing in this action-driven card. This is action. 3 is again connected to Bina, the Empress. And this again is, guess what? Sagittarius. This is the major arcana of Sagittarius, and this is the court card of Sagittarius. So maybe there's a Sagittarius in your life. If there's no Sagittarius in your life, right, who helped you with this, because then he helps you to enjoy. He helps you, or she helps you to beat the drum and look at the horse in the back. It's party time, it's enjoying time. But another card, last card came out. You still go back to sometimes being bound by too much thinking, right? So you need to really, really look. She's like, no, you're coming back and forth, right? For some reason, right? This is in between. Right? So these 3, it's like, yes, you manifesting, you enjoying. And then comes something, and again, it's just back to being bound by your thoughts. I'm going to check what is going on with this 8. Of Swords. Like, what does that mean? Why is that there? Because you did so good, and then again something comes back to you. Why? What's going on in your head? Do you feel guilty because you enjoy yourself? You feel like you maybe, you know, allow you know, these emotions, maybe you start to, wow, okay. So you have the King of Air, which is Aquarius in the court cards. But you have here a power couple that's helping you to overcome this, right? But actually this is the evolution, this is the next step, because this could be a man and this could be a woman. It's not that it's bound by its sex, right? It's just we have a queen and we have a king because we have the dualities. So the king is very clear and he can definitely take care of this. Right? Or you allow yourself by laws to be ruled by structures, right? This financial situation maybe rules you. This emotional state of maybe I want more fulfillment, but you actually do have in the center your emotional fulfillment. Right? So watch what's going on in your head, because that's really the only serious. I mean, this doesn't look so good, but it's 8, right? But she has only those 4 within, but she's actually watching herself, looking at herself. So it's double, right? This is happening. She's looking in the mirror and this is happening, and it doubles the 4. Let me have one more card. For the 7 of Cups. Oh. Messenger of Fire. The same card again. So you definitely have a Sagittarius, or in the month of December, you really are realizing something. You really are waking up. You're awakening. Right? And you're coming out of this like, I'm not happy. I need more. But you actually are, right? So maybe this is a fleeting moment for you. Maybe you're not really enjoying this moment. Maybe this moment comes and goes. As you can see, there is this spiral. There is this fleeting. And you not realizing that it's your thinking, some emotional lack within you that is not really always, seeing that, hey, I actually can be in this state all the time. Emotional fulfillment. It's like, no, I need more, but it's an illusion. Everything we looking for is an illusion. So here comes this Sagittarius, this Knight of Fire in December, helping you to become aware of this fire, this action, this this doing, enjoying, or actually creating here this light within you. And going on a search, going on a real deep search of what is it, why I keep, because you have such amazing cards, and then all of a sudden you sabotage yourself, right? And you did it before. And underneath that is the 4 of Cups. You did it before. And you don't have to worry, because you have this. You have the financial. You have the Queen of Pentacle, and underneath is the World. I mean, it's like, okay, well, it's just like, arrive. Don't search for more. Don't think for more. Arrive and just be. Be this powerful energy. Be this powerful energy. And there's a union happening, right? A woman and a man. There is something in your life. An Aquarius and a Libra. Maybe also in the month of October. Something is clearly happening, waking you up. Right? Allow to arrive, allow to be clearly in your center. And know that, yes, it comes and goes. This is just a normal card, a daily card. It's not like here, a soul card, a major arcana card that's letting you know, okay, dive. Let yourself fall. Enjoy, even though it's fleeting, right? Even though after that you have questions. Oh, well, what else can I achieve? All right, Scorpio, thank you for watching. I wish you a great month with Virgo, communication, speaking the truth, right? It's time to really say what you have to say, and that's what these 2 people do. These are powerful in the mental aspect. They're both very clear in what they want and what they say and how they do it. So getting out of your emotions, getting out of this emotional roller coaster, because here you have, right, that search. Great. Thank you for watching, my dear Scorpio. Namaste.